Hello, welcome to another week of Compass Kidz online sessions on YouTube. I hope you are all having a wonderful Saturday so far and that you've all had a wonderful week so far. We've had some lovely weather. Hopefully you've been able to get out and get into the sun and start getting a tan and not do what I did and get sunburnt, because that's not the smartest thing to do, is it, really? I thought, yeah, no, I'll be fine. About 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, I feel as I'm burning up. And I was. And then it was really difficult to sleep last night. But look, I learned. Well, you think I'd learn, but I didn't, because how many times I've been burnt so many times. Anyway, enough of me talking. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. And I hope this week and this session, we can make everything a bit brighter. Okay, what we will be doing this week, as we are now in week 5 of online Compass Kidz classes, we're going to have a look at doing a drama warm-up. Okay, last week we focused really on our dance, step 1 from Kinky Boots, and that's all we really focused on for the whole session. Now this week we're going to go back to our drama. We're going to have a look at a drama warm-up and warming up our voice, and then have a little focus on the articulation, which we were looking at a few weeks ago, and working on the tongue twisters that we have. And then if we have time, we're going to have a look at the idea of projection and how we can project our voice and fill a theatre like the Compass Theatre without straining or hurting our voice, and making sure that we have the right support. But that's if we have time. And also, I've been doing these today and YouTube has been kicking me off. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but we shall see what happens. Right, but first of all, we need to do a warm-up. Again, the importance of a warm-up. Who knows the importance of a warm-up? It's not just, it is so that we don't injure ourselves, but it's also so that we are in the right mindset to be able to go on and be ready for the next 25 minutes to half an hour. We're going to be doing these drama exercises. All right, wonderful. So we're going to start off with warming up our neck, okay? So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to think about your right ear to your right shoulder, okay? Right ear to right shoulder, and then you're going to roll to look down at your belly button and bring your left ear to your left shoulder and come back to the centre. Okay, we're going to bring our left ear to our left shoulder. We're going to roll to look at our belly button. We're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder and roll back to the centre. Okay, we're going to repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Now, I'd just like you to bring your right ear to your right shoulder and just roll it down. Just have a bit more of a free movement rather than just to the counts, alright? Just freeing up at the moment. Alright. And if you want to, now start taking it to a full head circle. And we'll go the other way. To the right, one more time. And to the left, one more time. Perfect. Okay, so that should have warmed up our neck a tiny bit. Now we're going to warm up our shoulders. Alright, so you're going to bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. And roll them into your back pockets. And up to your ears. And roll them down into your back pockets. And up to your ears. Roll them down into your back pockets. One more time. Up to your ears. And roll them down into your back pockets. Wonderful. You're going to bring your shoulders up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Now we're going to go really fast. Just up and down. Ooh, 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 ooh. And bring them all the way up to your ears. Hold them there, hold them there, hold them there, hold them there, hold them there. And roll them back. Wonderful. Just shake your shoulders out. Oh, wonderful. Okay, now we're going to do some arm circles. All right, so we're going to swing our arms backwards. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now swing them forwards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Shake your arms out. Now you're going to put your arms up in the air and shake them like you just don't care. You're going to bring your right arm forward and your left arm back, and we're going in opposite directions. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now swap directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. And shake your arms out. Okay, and one last thing, we're going to stretch our arms. So just put your arms up in the air. We're going to stretch right. Go 1 and left 2. Right 3, left 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And bring your arms down. Shake it all out. Shake it out. Shake it off. Off, off. Sorry, that's Taylor Swift song. Shake it off. Shake it off. Off, off. Super. Right, okay, now we're going to massage our face. Okay, so take your fingers and we're going to play piano on our forehead. Give your forehead just a nice little wake up for this Saturday morning. And bring your fingers to your cheeks. Give them a nice piano playing to your chin. And back to your nose. We're going to repeat that with our forehead again. To our cheeks. To our chin. And to our nose. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to take our palms, and we're going to place them on our forehead, and we're going to massage our forehead. So just doing some circles on our forehead. Lovely jubbly. Now we're going to take it to our cheeks. Our cheeks. And we're going to warm up our chin. Give your chin a nice little massage. Back to our foreheads. To our cheeks. And to our chins. Lovely. Shake it all out. Now we're going to do the lion and the mouse. Do you remember from a few weeks ago? Lion, you make your face as big as possible. Mouse, you make your face as small as possible. Alright, so we go lion, mouse, lion, mouse, lion, mouse, lion, mouse. Alright, and shake your face out. Wonderful. Grab a drink of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to warm up our voices now. Okay? And what we're going to first do is we're going to do the hum. Okay? So we're going to just hum, we'll just go and hold it for quite a while because this track is quite long. Here we go. Are we ready? Now that we're warming up our voice, remember, we need to be sitting up nice and tall, imagining there's a string pulling us up from the top of our head. Alright, here we go. Oh. Here we go. One more time, let's give that one more go. Humming. Try and see if you can do it in one breath. Boom. Well done. Okay. Now what we're going to do, EAR. So we go up. E-A-R. ah. Okay, so up on E, down on A, up and down on R. All right, let's give it a go. E, A, R. 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 One more time. E, A, R. Super. Now we're going to move on to do an E, A, R, but we're going to do it quicker. So it goes E, A, R. All right, let's give it a go. Sitting up nice and tall, remember. E, A, R. 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 Super duper. Right, now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I think I did this a few weeks ago when we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we just count. We're counting to 5. Okay, and we just keep on going 5 the whole way around. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then we start on 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and then we start on 2. Okay? I think we did it a few weeks ago, so hopefully you'll have it in your brain, but let's just give it a go, all right? And that's what we do. We just counting 1 to 5 the whole way through. All right? Let's just find the track. It's loading. It's loading. Slowly but surely. Okay? Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Shall we get that one more go? So that's the gist of it. Hopefully you did all right. I think we definitely did it a few weeks ago. So it's just remember, we're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all we're doing the whole way through. Just sometimes we're starting on a different number. Okay? All right? But that's all the numbers that we're doing. Let's give that one more go. Might help your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now what we're going to do, have a sip of water if you need some. What we're going to give it a go, I'm going to try it, it's a little challenge. See if we can replace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with A, B, C, D, E. Okay? It's going to be tricky, but we'll give it a go. We'll just have one go at it and see how we get on. But again, it's the same principle as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we do A, B, C, D, E, 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 A, B, C. Okay? You're just going A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, but you're just starting on different letters. All right? Let's give it a go and see how we do. All right? A, B, C, D, E, 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 A, B, C, D, E. Alright, that one's a bit tricky. Don't worry if you can't get it. Keep practicing it. I'm sure you'll get it at some point. Alright, don't worry. We'll keep working on it. It's just a bit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can't get the A, B, C, D, E, don't stress. Keep practicing on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you're ready for the A, B, C, D, E. Alright? Okay, so we were working on tongue twisters, weren't we, when we did drama a few weeks ago? And we were working on our articulation, which is going to help us when we get to the theatre at the Compass Theatre and we haven't got microphones and we can project to the audience that's out there, and being articulate makes everything so much clearer for the audience to hear you. All right? And I gave us some tongue twisters to look at: the she shells, if a dog, Betty Botter, and there was a hard tongue twister. They're all on the website. Don't worry if you can't remember them. We will go through them. I think we did the first two: she shells, she sells, and if a dog. All right, and what we're going to have a go at this week is Betty Botter, the hard tongue twister, and I might throw another one in. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, I think. Am I? Oh, I'm fine. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so she sells, okay? Now remember, articulation. It's so important in theatre so that we can understand what people are saying, and so it's nice and clear. And so it's didn't hear any of that. Do you know what I mean? And it's because it wasn't articulate. When you're articulate with your speech, it's so much clearer for everyone to understand everything. Okay? You need to really focus on the consonants, all right? So I'm going to have a read through the she sells tongue twister. So here we go. So it goes: she sells seashells by the seashore, and the shells that she sells are seashells for sure. I went a bit wrong on that one. And I don't know, I get very posh when I do the she shells one. But okay, so we'll say that one more time. She sells seashells by the seashore, and the shells that she sells are seashells for sure. All right? Should we give that one more go? And we'll just keep on practicing this one and see how fast that we can get it, okay? She sells seashells by the seashore, and the shells that she sells are seashells for sure. All right, let's give it one more go and just see, as I was doing on that last one, those two lines, merge them in together. Let's see if we can do that, all right? She sells seashells by the seashore, and the shells that she sells are seashells for sure. One more time. She sells seashells by the seashore, and the shells that she sells are seashells for sure. All right? Okay, now the other one that we did was: if a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Which is a lot of shoes. So let's take that one a bit slower. If a dog chews shoes, which shoes does he choose? Okay. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Okay. Now we'll make it a bit faster. It might help. I find that it helps me for tongue twisters if I imagine what I'm saying. So I'm like, if a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? And that idea of separating them in my mind, that helps me to, right, if a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? And that helps me. But whatever works for you, I just thought that might help. So, we'll do if a dog chews shoes. Are we ready? Take it a bit slower. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? A bit faster. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Let's go even faster. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Now, let's keep on saying it as fast as we can, and we'll just keep on repeating it. All right? If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? All right? So there were the two that we looked at a few weeks ago. Now, the next one is Betty Botter. Now, this is quite a tricky one, but I thought, do you know what? It's a good one for them. All right? So, Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. Okay, it's quite long, this one. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. So this is very on the using your tongue and your lips to really articulate those consonants of the B and the T. And that's what we're working on, is making those sounds really nice and crisp and clear. Okay, so Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. Let's say that. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. One more time. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. All right, so you can kind of split that first line up into two chunks. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. Okay, let's focus on that first line and try and say that again. Here, we ready? Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. See, that's how it gets. So, one more time. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. Okay? The next line is, so Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. There's a lot of bitter butter better, bitter 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 better. So your B's and T's are really being articulated in this one. And that will help you as well. So that second line, so Betty bought a better bit of butter, is the first part, to make the bitter butter better. All right, so if we are splitting it up into two sections. So the second line, so Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. All right, so that all together of the second line is, so Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. All right, let's give the second line a few goes just by itself. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. So Betty bought a So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. Now, let's give this tongue twister a go from the start of Betty bought a bit of butter. Okay? And it really is, this is really helping you focus on your articulators for your B's and T's, so that you might have to make your face, like that's one of the reasons why we do the warm-up, where we massage our face and with the line in the mouth, so our faces, we can move them so much, because if we're able to move them so much, we can make those sounds clearer and be able to articulate so much better. And then when we are able to articulate, we can be heard on stage. Okay? Because if you're just missing the ends of lines or the ends of words, it's not as clear. Okay? let's give the whole tongue twister a go slowly, okay? Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. All right, we'll keep working at that speed for this one. Maybe increase it a bit, but we won't go too fast because it's quite tricky, all right? Don't worry. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. It's fast, isn't it? It's a bit of a... But that's what I'd like you to work on. So the seashells, if a dog, and Betty Botter. All right, let's give Betty Botter one more go. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. I think we've all got that first line. Hopefully, we've all got that first line. Don't worry if you haven't. Keep doing it. But we'll say that one more time. So we'll separate first and second just for the moment. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. One more go. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. The second line, so Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. So Betty bought a bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. Now let's bring those two lines together. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter was too bitter. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better. A lot of bitter, butter, better, your B's and T's. But this is why I really want you to focus on your articulators. And making sure that you can get those clear sounds so that we can be heard on stage. One of the tongue twisters that I do before I go on stage and make sure that I know that I'm able to project my voice, but when I project my voice that I can still be heard and everything's really crisp. It's quite a tricky tongue twister, but it goes, I say it and I say it at this speed, and hopefully by the end of this or by whatever time and we're able to work on our tongue twisters, that we will all be able to say, articulatory agility is a desirable ability manipulating with dexterity the lips, the teeth and the tip of the tongue. A big mouthful. But that's the one that I use. Literally before I go on stage or during my warm-up before the show, I'll keep saying that over my head as fast as I can so that I know that, yeah, I'm there with my articulators. And you go, articulatory agility is a desirable ability manipulating with the dexterity the lips, the teeth and the tip of the tongue. Okay, but don't worry, we'll get onto that at another point. Keep focusing on she shells, if a dog and Betty Botter, because we'll be able to smash them out and that will be brilliant, okay? So that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you've had a bit of fun with those tongue twisters and a bit of a challenge, but keep practicing them. Remember our dance and our song that we're also working on. We'll have a look at our dance in the next session. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'm going to leave you with a quote because we're in lockdown and it's always nice to just have a listen to something. And this quote I found during the week and I thought, yeah, this is a good one. And it says, when you're kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world. All right? So hopefully you can take that away and be kind to everyone and just make this tough time really nice for everyone. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. See you later. Bye.